áreas de contención. SCP-343 reside en un cuarto de 6 metros por 6 metros en la zona 17, recinto de mínima seguridad. Se le debe llevar cualquier cosa que pide y también debe ser visitado por mínimo un miembro de personal cada día. Implementar más métodos de precaución o licencias requeridas para el personal es innecesario o imposible debido a la naturaleza de SCP-343. Descripción: es un varón de raza indeterminada, de apariencia humanoide, con aparente omnipotencia. SCP-343 fue descubierto andando por las calles de Praga y detenido por un miembro del personal que lo vio cómo desaparecía para reaparecer en un tejado. Parece retenido por voluntad propia, ya que su contención es imposible. Apéndice: coloquialmente llamado Dios por el mismo personal, aunque su apariencia física varía dependiendo del observador. En mi primera charla con él, afirmaba ser el creador del universo. Cuando le pedí probar eso, se rió, caminó a través de la pared del cuarto y volvió segundos después con una hamburguesa en sus manos. Cuando volví para la segunda visita, la habitación que antes estaba vacía había sido amueblada con un estilo inglés antiguo, incluso con chimenea, y la habitación parece más grande de lo que se ve por fuera. SCP-343 disfruta hablando con la gente y posee un gran conocimiento sobre cualquier cosa. Sus visitas se han convertido en el evento del día para la mayoría del personal que trabaja ahí. Y todos los empleados afirman sentirse felices después de cada visita. Los intentos de prohibir el acceso al personal de menor rango a 3 han sido inútiles. Los guardias asignados a vigilar el cuarto abandonan sus puestos diciendo o poniendo excusas o encogiéndose de los hombros cuando se les pregunta por qué abandonaron sus puestos. Ya que SCP-343 se muestra tan inofensivo, todo el personal ha sido autorizado a acceder al cuarto y de alguna manera todos tienen tiempo para charlar con él durante un rato que necesiten. Por ahora, dejo este informe abierto, ya que los interrogatorios con SCP-343 aún están en curso.
How do you feel about the title, God?
It is a privilege.
How would the world come to an end? And would it be by your hands?
I cannot answer that question.
You claim to be the creator of the universe.
That is correct.
Can you currently create anything, or have your powers dwindled in time?
I relinquished a lot of my powers so that the universe might grow and develop as it has. My being was given to shape what you define as reality. My love has shaped what you know as morality, and I could go on and on. My eternal being resides within humanity, and I have given you a piece of me as well as my power. I am still an entity that has power beyond human imagination, but I shaped the universes from the powers I relinquished along with the majority of what I was originally.
How do you feel about humanity as a whole?
Like father to his son, like a mother to her offspring, I am a loving being as you are toward those you hold dear. My feeling is absolute love and care to those I tend to, and humanity holds my greatest love.
What is your purpose in life?
To simply admire and observe what was created from a singularity.
Why did you accept to be detained by the SCP Foundation?
I was courteously asked, but I was never detained. I could move as freely as the wind in a field of wheat.
How were you created?
Creation implies something of a beginning. Eternity does not apply to time as it is outside of it. For me, time is something that does not apply. I have always been, I was never created.
What's the full extent of your power?
That question does not seem appropriate.
When you created the universe, why did you create the SCPs? What was the purpose of their existence?
Every creature has its purpose, but some distort it. I'm not the progenitor of their vile acts. I gave them particular abilities with a set purpose, and some bastardized it.
Then what about SCP-682? Why did you create that?
That creature is not made by my hands. It is something that does not need pitying. Sadly, I have no power or control over it.
Do you have infinite knowledge? If so, do you know things that the SCP's Foundation need or would like to know, but instead keep for yourself, or keep for the purpose of maintaining humanity's safety?
To an extent, yes. Imagine seeing a spider web, and with each new strand it breaks off into something new and exciting. Knowledge works the same way, and all can be traced back to when the first human imagined what the world truly is like and how to explain it. As to your Foundation, I do not wish to share the secrets that might be corrupted through human evil, but there are others that I will gladly share with you.
Have you ever used your powers against an individual, or do you simply avoid such a thing?
I have no ill will to any entity, nor do I wish to wreak harm upon those who even harm me. Omnipotence makes such vulgar displays of power unnecessary and immature.
Are there more like you?
I am within everything, so yes, in a way, there is an innumerable amount of me. One could even say that I am chatting with myself right now.
Are you immortal, or do you have a lifespan?
That implies that I have beginning. For me, time is cyclical. Everything that is created dies and is then reborn. I am eternal, even though I must transfer bodies as I am subject to them, as I take this form before you.
Do you have any connection to SCP-049?
A dark spirit. A spirit I'm familiar with. A darkness follows him. A darkness that clouds even his own grasp on his intention. After so long, he's lost his way. But the dark touch of death is a maddening ascendancy. I know of his incarnations, all representations of necessarily evils that come up upon mortal life amongst the everlasting stars. I feel great sadness for him, for his existence is by design madness.
Are SCP-073 and SCP-076, also known as Abel and Cain, truly the sons of Adam and Eve?
Come now, my young researcher. Do you expect me to expose all the secrets so easily?
Do you yourself fear the eventual death of our universe? Of everything, even yourself?
Think of an acorn. When it grows into a strong tree, it spreads its own duplicates as well as passing along everything the original acorn had. This universe is merely the duplicate in a long line of duplicates. I cannot die, but I can be recycled. That is how universe truly works.
Why is it that you keep coming back to your cell, if you are fully capable to move freely?
I come back as to honor the agreement I have with your organization. Furthermore, I feel that my presence would be severely missed by those who like to come and chat with me. I myself have become fond of these interactions.
When the SCP Foundation captured you, what were you doing in Prague?
I simply wanted people watch, and someone had seen me transport myself over to the city square. Prague is a beautiful city if you love to interact with people as I do.
If we were to set you free, what would you do?
As I see it, my young researcher, I have shown that your containment is ineffective towards me, but I do love to humor your organization's attempts. I would simply enjoy watching humanity, as I have through all these years, like an astronomer looking through their telescope. All I wanted to do is observe.
Do you enjoy it here at the Foundation?
I do, especially the conversation I'm having with you. However, I wish the other subjects that reside here wouldn't harm you all.
How can you happily allow us to contain you here while, in the world that you claim to have created, there are hundreds and thousands of people in pain and suffering, unaided by your powers? Is it not your obligation to serve and guide your subjects?
As time moves forward, we tend to forget about the past. I cannot justify the actions of beings that have chosen action that harms others in the case of human evil. However, I do recognize that there is an extent to which I am to blame for allowing free will and therefore suffering. Despite this, would it not be better to dictate and conquer one's own pain and suffering rather than go through life without having to know what it truly means to be saved? It is my obligation to observe, not to serve, as I merely gave humanity the means, free will and love, but evil seems to have twisted the meaning of what I originally gave humanity.
Do you know the concept of fear, hatred, and loneliness?
Fear is but a test to see how willing one is either to give in to and run away, or confront it. Fear is the emotion that tests you. Hatred is the emotion that is bastardization of love. Hatred is the emotion that makes the heart grow weaker from its use. In a sense, it is emotion of cowardice and weakness. Loneliness is the emotion that even I suffer from when I think of what humanity has done as in the past. It is an abyss that seemingly has no bottom, like a candle that is dropping down into a dark well. It is an emotion that one is tested when life is at its darkest.
When the time will come, will you unleash your wrath on those who defy you?
I have no control over the creatures of darkness, but I will help those who need it most.
Do you have any relationship with SCP-001? SCP-343, are you there? I think it's gone. This interview's over. Let's stop the recording. I think we have everything we need.